Okay, in this video we'll see how to integrate Bootstrap template in a Spring Boot application. So what is the structure and how we have to structure our layouts? I will explain it in this video. So firstly, what we need to do is we need to open a project in the editor. So I'll click on here, new. So if I click on new, open. Okay, I'll go and expense tracker. Okay, trust the project, this window. Okay, I have opened the project in the editor, and now what we need to do is so I have downloaded this SB Admin 2 template. Okay, so this is the template which I have downloaded. So I will provide the link in the description to download this template. And what you need to do is now we need to integrate this template into the system, okay, in the application. So what we need to do is we need to go to src main, and you can see resources folder here. But firstly, what we need to do is we need to click on Java. We need to click on resources, and we need to set this application properties. Okay, just give your database connections to this. So we know. So I have already created one database, and I have a XAMPP server which I have started. Apache MySQL is started. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to set the database credential here. My database connection this. Okay, this. So I'm going to save this file, and next what we need to do is we need to click on templates. Okay, so we need to create, no, first let's create a controller file. So under this package com.expensetracker.expensetracker, you need to create a new package. Okay, and this package will be called controllers. Okay, controllers. So first will be a dashboard controller. So we'll structure the application first. So first step is to create a controller. So I'll create a new, and we'll create a Java class, and in this class we'll say this is a dashboard controller. Okay, once we create this controller, what we need to do, then we need to import some files here. So I've imported controller file, and then we'll go ahead and create a first route. Okay, we'll call it index file. Okay, this method will map to the index file. So index.html file. So next what I have to do is I've already created this get mapping and a first route. When we hit localhost 8080, it will point to the index page. So now in the templates, let's create we'll create a file, that is index.html file. Okay, new HTML file and index. Okay, we do have an index file. Okay, and now what we'll do is we'll copy the template. We'll copy the UI template of the admin dashboard, and we'll replace it here. So let's go to start bootstrap template which I downloaded, and let's include this HTML. So I'll just take this HTML from the tables, and I'll create so I'll replace this HTML with this HTML here. And for the blank page, so we need a blank page, so we need to remove the HTML from this blank page. Okay, so I'll remove this main file, main element, and I'll replace it with the blank page. Okay, so this is the blank page here which we have replaced. And now what we'll do is we'll add a CSS, so it loads so we'll copy the CSS first and replace it to the folder. So if I go here, so I'll copy all these folders here, Control C, and then we can replace it into the directory which we are working on. Java Tut, ExpenseTracker, src, main, resources, static, and we can replace folders here. So this is the first step we need to do, and then let's run the application and check how it works. So if I go to the ExpenseTracker application and run it, we'll see if we get any errors. Now it's building our ExpenseTracker. Okay, it gave me Tomcat server started, and the Tomcat server started on port 8080. So now let's run it. Okay, now if I refresh localhost 8080, I can see the Bootstrap template has been loaded with a blank page title. So now let's create a master layout here. Okay, so we'll have a master layout and it will render the navbar, it will render the sidebar, it will render the footer, and this is how our application will be structured. So what we need to do is, okay, let's create a master layout. Okay. In this folder, what we need to do is in templates folder, I'll create a file. I'll create a folder called as layouts. Okay, I created a folder called as layouts, and in this folder, I'll create a master file. So it will be an HTML file. So master, we can enter. So in this master layout, what we will do is we'll copy all this code which is in the index file. We'll copy this code, we'll open this file, we'll replace this. Okay, so in Spring Boot, what we'll do is there is something called as fragments. So we'll include those fragments in this layout. Okay, so then we can use the elements. So we have to import the namespace here. So it will add the XML theme, the Thymeleaf namespace, and then we are good to go. So this is one of the fragment, which is the head element. The next fragment, let's create a nav fragment here. So nav, so I'll call this nav element. Then we'll go ahead and then we'll create, once the nav element is over, we'll create a fragment for this, the sidebar. So we can create this fragment here. So I'll call it, okay, so I will say this fragment as a sidebar element. Okay, sidebar element. Then again, what I'll do is I will go ahead and create a fragment in the footer. So this will be the footer fragment. Okay, footer element. Footer element. Okay. So I'll save this, and now what we'll do is in the index.html page, so we can use these fragments here. So let me show you how to use the fragment. Okay, let's use the fragments now. So I'll copy and paste this, and we'll have to import the namespace declaration. So I've created the namespace declaration here, and then even here also the same thing we need to do. So it goes to layouts, master, and the head element. This is the layouts folder, this is the master file, and this is the element name, the fragment name which we have given. Okay, once we do this, so this is head, so what we have named it, we have named it nav element. So let's replace this with nav. So we have said this will be a nav element. Okay, then we'll come down. So we'll go here. So once this nav element is done, we have to go to the sidebar. So this will be the sidebar element. Okay, and then at last we have the footer element. Here. So footer. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to remove this class. We don't need this because this element will be replaced, and remove the content from it. Okay, once we remove the content from it, we'll also remove the contents from the head section here. So we do not need this. Okay, then once we remove this, we even don't need the nav element classes. So no, the div. Okay, I said navbar. Okay, navbar is removed. No, navbar. We need to remove the class from the navbar. Okay, and we need to empty the element of navbar. So this is just a block now. We have included the element here, and then we need to remove the content from the sidebar. So I need to see. Oh, we need to remove this here. Then we need to check. We need to check its closing tag. So we need to remove till here. So till here we need to remove. So the sidebar is empty. Okay. So now we have our exact layout. And just for testing purpose, I'll add, this is the dashboard. I'll just create dashboard here. Just type dashboard here. And I'll save. Okay. And then I will run this. Okay, so we have integrated the template. Now let's run the application and check if it works. Let's go to expense tracker application, reload the file, stop and rerun. We'll see if we get any errors now. Okay, Tom, get started on port 8080. So now let's click on, okay, there is some issue of tags. So let's resolve it. Issue of tags. Okay, there was a tag missing in dashboard. Okay, so I'll save this and I'll rerun the file and it should work fine. And we reload and we can see that the template is now integrated properly. So this is for the video. And in the next videos, we'll see how we'll create different template files like reports and so on.